The year is 480 BCE. The location is just off the coast of Athens, Greece, in the Straits of Salamis. The Persians, led by Xerxes, have defeated the Greeks at Thermopylae on land and Artemisium at sea. Now, the only thing stopping Xerxes from conquering all of Greece is a small naval force led by Athenian general Themistocles. In the Straits of Salamis, roughly 400 Greek ships prepare to square off with over 1,000 Persian vessels surrounding them on both sides. The fate of the Western world lies on this decisive battle. This is the setting for one of the greatest and most important military events in all of history. The Battle of Salamis. Now, let's skip ahead a mere 2,494 years. To Seattle, Washington, year 2014. But first, a little backstory. In 2013, the Greek government wanted to immortalize the legendary Battle of Salamis in film for ages to come. So, they decided to have a contest and give the winning production firm a huge grant of money and complete artistic license to make the film. Against all odds, and with minimal help from bribery, a small independent film production firm from Seattle, Washington got the movie deal over all other major Hollywood studios. This firm was known as HSTAM Studios. The film that they created was said by historians and critics alike to be a masterwork of our time. Truly one of the greatest pieces of cinematic art to ever grace the silver screen. Unfortunately, this is not that film. Just prior to the Hollywood premiere of the film, there was a tragic accident at the HSTAM Studios, and the only full-length copy of the movie was completely burned away, along with its director. The only thing that could be recovered from the studio was a small box of film that had survived in the basement. The box contained a large treasure trove of candid videos and interviews with the cast and crew shot over the production period of the now legendary film. Now, for the first time ever, we would like to share these exclusive videos and interviews with the public in the making of the Battle of Salamis, building the legend.
So yeah, I'm really excited to get to work as a historian on this movie. It's exciting. I've never worked in Hollywood before on a movie. It's a lot more exciting than my university. It usually is pretty quiet, but trying to make a historically accurate movie, so I hope I can just, play my role, not get in people's way.
My biggest achievement since the elementary school spelling bee. We have a great cast and crew and a great team. We have great film, and our budget is massive, so we can play around with almost anything. We can create the largest scale battles you have ever seen.
Yeah, everybody knows about the Battle of Thermopylae and the 300 Spartans, the famous 300. But at the same time as Thermopylae was going on, there was also the battle at sea at Artemisium. And the Greeks lost there too. They lost in both battles, which set the stage for the Battle of Salamis. After they lost at sea, the Greeks retracted their fleet to Athens, and then later to protect the Isthmus of Corinth. And they were conflicted as to where to send their fleet, whether to go back out or just hang back and defend. And Themistocles ultimately convinced them to send the fleet back out to the Straits of Salamis in the hopes that they could draw the Persians out and beat them in one final battle. And they did, because Xerxes jumped to conclusions and thought he could wipe out such a small enemy, but he underestimated the Greeks. One of the most interesting battles in all of military history, in my personal opinion. It's really a great storyline. It basically centers around Xerxes' invasion, his first invasion of Greece, and as we'll find out, the backstory for this is that Xerxes' father, Darius, attempted to conquer Greece and failed. So Xerxes just wanted to kind of carry out his father's legacy. I think we can all kind of relate to wanting to live up to our parents in that respect. Basically the battle is very pivotal in that it's where the Greeks managed to stop the Persian invasion for the most part. They were heavily outnumbered, and it was a naval battle. They were heavily outnumbered in fleet numbers, but they managed to trap the Persians in a small strait, the Strait of Salamis, where the Persians weren't able to maneuver their fleet, and so the Greeks got the upper hand on them and managed to take out most of their fleet in a large blow. In the end, Themistocles came out on top with his battle plan. The Persians lost nearly 200 to 300 ships out of their fleet. The Greeks lost roughly 30 to 40 by modern historical estimates. So the Persian fleet was crippled. They couldn't fight anymore. So Xerxes retreated after this. It essentially ended the first invasion.
After a couple weeks of interviewing, the cast has been selected from a plethora of candidates.
So with our two nominees for these parts, Themistocles and Xerxes, we have Zach and Steven. I'm really excited to work with them. I'm a huge fan of Steven, but I don't know anything about Zach. But I'm pretty sure he'll do a great job. I mean, you know, we put him for this role, and he'll probably load to be one of those big names, like maybe Gerard Butler.
Just so excited, so blessed to have this role. You know, this is really gonna change my life. I think it's gonna put me in the right direction as far as my acting career. You know, I mean, this is something that I've dreamed of, playing Themistocles, a hero like this. This is gonna really do some big stuff for me. So I'm excited. Just, you know, with every role, I begin by getting into the character and really seeing the world through his eyes. Whether that takes a month, 2 months, I mean a year, I'll do whatever it takes. I always get into the role. For this one, you know, as soon as I got casted, I went online and joined 15 different LARPing crews, so I'll be doing that from tomorrow through the next 2 weeks, just preparing for combat, you know. I mean, I'll probably get some togas, wear those for the rest of the time till this movie's over.
I think it's pretty clear why I got this role. I mean, just my name from tons of other movies. You know, it's just gonna bring so much life and such a fan base to this. So far, things are looking decent. I'm not too thrilled with the production company or anything like that. The treatment's been subpar.
I don't really understand why they cast Steven. I understand he's got a big name, but Xerxes is supposed to be Persian.
You know, I'm just super happy to work with Steven here. He's such a phenomenal actor. He's been one of my idols. So getting to work with him in this film it's gonna do a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah, I mean, Zach seems like a great guy. Just got a little bit more humble of a past than I do. Not as many big, huge films, but you know, there's hope out there for everyone, and hopefully with my name in this film and the success that I'm assuming it's going to bring, we can help Zach here kick his ass. It's great, man. We're gonna party it up, and
well, you know, work first, and then after that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I suppose. So, hey, by the way, how much longer are we filming?
Yeah, so today we're going to be doing my synopsis of the battle, and that I'm going to give to the director, the producers, everybody, so that they know what the history is. Evan, the director, and Steven, our Xerxes, still aren't here yet. We were supposed to start a while ago, but hopefully they'll show. So yeah, your character is Themistocles that you're playing. This is him. He's director of the whole Greek army. He's the commander at the Battle of Salamis. Strong-headed individual. He really convinced the whole Greek governing body that they should send out the fleet on the offensive rather than the defensive. He's very So, guys, here is our island of Salamis, our Greek mainland, Straits of Salamis. So right here would have been Xerxes' throne, where he commanded from. He wasn't actually in the water, he wasn't actually in the battle, he was sitting commanding from land. So essentially, the Persians, little Persian books, Persians would have been coming up here and into the straits to try to cut off the Greeks, which are up here. So the Greeks came down on the offensive rather than staying on the defensive by the Isthmus of Corinth, which is up here. And essentially, the Persian boats were so tightly packed in here that they couldn't move. And so the Athenians and the other Greeks came around, blocked it from here, blocked it from here, no more Persians. And so the fleet was wiped out because they could not maneuver inside the Straits of Salamis. Yeah, so it's 3 hours after the end of my history lecture. Evan, the director, and Steven, Xerxes, still aren't at the studio. Evan called me and said he's fine. He read the Wikipedia page. Steven I haven't seen in 2 or 3 days. I don't even know if he knows the story. This isn't going very well so far.
So after our first table reading, I'm really excited for what we get to play with. Our historian's really good at fact-checking. He read through the entire thing, fixed almost 100 errors. We didn't know what we were doing, we're not historians, but he did a good job. And our script is mostly fairly historically accurate, so I'm excited.
Table read? Oh yeah, went great, you know. We went through it all. I think everyone's excited to work together. You know, the actors went into it. They were very motivated to get it going. A lot of talent there. You know, I can't foresee any problems with this movie at all.
I'm looking forward to making this kind of movie. I do a lot of war movies. I love blood and guts. You know, something like this, Roman history, swords and shields and helmets. I think it'll just make this a real epic film. A lot of people are going to enjoy that kind of thing, and you know, I feel like I can make a pretty good bad guy. So
Really well. I'm glad you guys are getting a script. They're not really giving me a whole lot of time to talk about the historical aspect of it. They kind of just want to get going, but you know, it's understandable. They're all professionals. They want to get it done quickly, but I hope they'll listen to me in the future when it comes to historical accuracies.
The cast and team move to designated filming locations where they start to film. However, they come across multiple problems, including teams between actors Themistocles and Xerxes. Tensions begin to rise slowly.
So we're out here just getting our first set of filming in. We plan to do Themistocles and filming. We're out here in this beautiful park. Some great archaeology behind us. We discovered it, you know, walking in the area. And so we're gonna try to use that as a backdrop for fighting scenes. And
it was completely historically accurate, so we really lucked out there. Straight out of the Battle of Salamis. I mean, just ask the historian.
So yeah, filming's first day of filming. I'm excited for it. It's going pretty well. They decided to film in Seattle. We had location booked off the coast of Athens. We decided not to go there last minute. I wasn't in favor. I thought we should shoot on location, relatively close to the coast of Athens and the Strait of Salamis, where the battle would have been fought. But
so this scene is a huge battle going on. We have big budget, a lot of CGI, a lot of realistic weapons. There might be some aiming. That's okay. It's all for this.
So here we are, first couple weeks of filming here. Everything is alright so far. Interns kind of suck. You know, caliber of directors and extras not really up to par with what I'm used to, but I think we can probably make it work. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do great. I'm really excited just to get out there. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be learning a lot from this guy. So
filming is not going well. I feel like nobody listens to me. I mean, we're doing the Battle of Salamis. I gave them all a read-through of the battle itself. We're not even using boats. It's a naval battle. None of it happened on land. I don't know how we're doing this. We're not on location. The actors are not in right accents. There's not right wardrobe. I don't know what kind of operation I got myself into.
Things are going pretty well so far, I think. I mean, I've dwelled deep into my role at this point. I mean, not all the actors are giving as much as I am. Steven is one of them.
Zach is kind of a dick. I'm not a huge fan of that guy. He's screwing up a lot, and it's really thrown off my mojo. So I guess we'll just have to see how things go from here, but right now, not super sure.
Tensions continue to rise between cast members as they choose between Xerxes and Themistocles. For this, we'll need a good soundtrack. Alright, let me just pull it up here. Really? This song? Nope.
My Anaconda don't. My Anaconda don't. My Anaconda don't.
Next song. Too slow. Too Disney.
Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time. Maury's wigs don't come off!
Alright. Here we go.
We're filming the big climactic battle between Themistocles and Xerxes. It's just an all-out brawl. Everyone's going for it. This is the scene that will make the movie amazing. I know that Steven has not put in as much as I have, and it's very troubling to me. We've got to the end of the film. He's still not fully committed. Not committed to the art, and
This sucks. I didn't know I was gonna lose this battle. That's the worst thing. I don't lose ever. Crazy hero who saves all of Greece, and I'm the bad guy. This is just unbelievable. I'm not a fan, and I cannot wait until this is over.
So I don't even know what kind of movie we're filming anymore. I've told them multiple times, Xerxes and Themistocles never met each other. They don't fight. There is no climax like this in history. There's no boats. The fight wouldn't have been on land. I don't think Xerxes ever fought in his life. The costumes aren't right. The script isn't what I had originally wrote. Nothing is going right on this film. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not historically accurate.
I don't really have any complaints. I think it's going fine. People are pouring their hearts out here. Everyone's having fun, you know? That's what matters. So, yeah, I think it's going well. This is like the worst idea ever! Sorry. Filming's great. We got a lot done. We're all working together.
With filming done, the crew returns back to production HQ and start closing up.
Our film is amazing. I can't wait to see it on film myself in a couple of days. Of course, you know, we had a few issues, but it's finally all came together, and Opening is, like I said, in a few days, so we're hoping to make it big. This might be the next over-the-top, grade A, Emmy nominations, whatever. We're gonna win all the awards, pretty much.
The movie? What is this movie? Why did I even work on this movie? I could have worked with Spielberg in the Battle of Gaugamela. I could have done anything. This movie's been... I'm done with this movie. This movie has been awful. It's not even close to historically accurate. Nothing's right. None of it. We didn't even use boats. We didn't even use boats. It's a naval battle. Like, how? I don't... Just turn the cameras off.
I couldn't be more proud of what we did. I think it's going to be a great movie. We kept it historically accurate, as well as exciting. And I think we did what we set out to do. So, I'm ready for this.
So we just wrapped up filming, and I think the movie's going to turn out real well. I think a lot of things went smoothly. A lot of the battles were real fun to film. Connected well with a lot of the cast members, except for Zach. I don't really see that guy having a huge future in movies. Doesn't really seem like his strong suits.
I only do what I can do, so I gave it my all. But maybe if some other actors had tried a little bit harder, then the film would be received a little bit better. But I know we'll do great, and I know that my part will be amazing. So.
Alright, yeah, we got the premiere coming up. It's gonna be great. Head down there.
I think I'll just feel the love a little bit more and ride the wave of hype for this movie. And who else? I think Johnny Depp said he was going to be there. Emma Watson's stopping by.
Tim in Land of the Sheep to, Extra 3 and a couple other films,
It's like Christopher Nolan, James Franco, Seth Rogen. I don't
meet up with Spielberg, some of my buddies. We're all friends.
And really looking forward to it. I think the critics will love it, and this is our time to shine.
Unfortunately, as we know, there was no premiere that night. No big after party. No glory for the cast and crew. Later that night, a massive fire burned through the studio. The only casualties were the director Evan and the sole copy of the film. With the studio now gone and the film unsalvageable, the cast and crew went their separate ways and never spoke of it again. To this day, nobody knows how the fire started. Some say it was a gas leak. Others say it was a disgruntled and underappreciated narrator. Perhaps some mysteries are better left unsolved. But now, let's take a look at where the cast and crew are today. Sam went on to create a new production studio, fully dedicated to filming his one true passion, birdwatching tutorials. Zach is now a professional B-list actor best known for his work in several prominent Sci-Fi Channel original movies. Professor Glassberg decided to sell his soul and leave academia. He now works for the History Channel as a consultant. Stephen went on to become the governor of California in 2020, then retired to his Oregon ranch. Evan Bernard, deceased, 2015.